Good evening, San Jose Scorpions. I'm Debbie Richardson, and I'm the principal of San Jose Middle School. I want to welcome you all to our first ever and hopefully last online back to school night. I can't tell you how much all of us wish that we were on campus tonight, maybe enjoying a little Kona ice and walking around and speaking and feeling the energy that comes with the beginning of the school year. So I realize that this is poor substitute for that evening, but this is what we're trying to do for our community. We're going to have two live Zooms this evening, one with me in English and another with Ms. McEachern, the assistant principal, in Spanish. This will give you an opportunity to ask some questions and get some face-to-face time. And then there is a slide deck that has presentations from every teacher about the subjects that they teach. So this is exactly what you would do on a back to school night. You would shuffle into a room and a teacher would present to you for about 10 minutes about the classes and the expectations. So I know that there's time that you want to ask questions to teachers, and so I encourage you to reach out through email. I know the math department is planning a little evening Zoom session to talk about grading and standards-based performance. So I think that we'll try to give more opportunities for face-to-face time. But tonight it gives you an opportunity to kind of sample all there is at the school. The link for the slideshow will be available for the foreseeable future, so it's not something that you have to watch all this evening. You can watch it at any time. We're not going to close that down. So that is an advantage of the online format. First, you didn't have to drive to school and look for parking. And second, that you have some opportunities to do things on your own time. Actually, those are some advantages of online learning for students as well. Although we are striving to keep our students in a structured environment where they have 3 classes each day and they're expected to interact with their teachers each day, there is some part of the work on Wednesdays and also in the afternoon that is what we call asynchronous. And what that means is that students can do that on their own time. Some students find this to be really helpful. So some students like to work later in the evenings, or they need to work around schedules of other parents or other family members. So it does give them flexibility that they don't typically have at school. All that being said, we do understand that this is difficult. Not only are we trying to deal with learning in a whole new way, even though we did it last spring, this is even different from that. But it's a difficult time. There are fires. Now there's storms in the Gulf of Mexico. There are many, many challenges facing our families, our students, and our nation. And I think that we all need to be gentle and kind with each other because what we're trying to do here is move forward. And we want to provide as many supports for your students as we can. And we want to provide a place where they feel like someone is watching them and someone is looking out for them. Let's see. All that being said, I do want to introduce the school just a little bit for those of you who are new. You should probably know about our vision. I'm just going to put it right here that we at SJMS inspire and empower each other to be lifelong learners, community builders, and change makers. This is a vision statement that we try to live out. And on Wednesdays, particularly during the first period, during advisory, this is when we're going to take some opportunity to really explore these themes with students. You'll see recognition programs based on this. This is our third, maybe fourth year of this vision statement and the goals that we set for our students. So I just want you to know that that's what we're about. We really are trying to work with our students to have them be contributing citizens after they leave us. Let's see. We can talk a little bit about the schedule. Just you should probably be able to recite it by now because we've gone over it so many times in so many ways. But just for your information, on Mondays and Tuesdays, students go from period 1 to period 6. So Monday, period 1, 2, 3. Tuesday, period 4, 5, 6. Wednesday is a day of small groups, and we really want to develop these small groups in different ways. So, students are really expected to find a place to be. So, I will have a big study hall group of students who can log in if we feel that they're not able to monitor their own work on their own. Teachers will be working to support students who might need extra help or who have been ill or missed an assignment. And in addition, we hope to offer enrichment classes or enrichment sessions for students who want to go a little bit further in their learning. So, all of this will take some time to develop, but we are working steadily towards it. On Wednesday, students will have work to do each period, so you can anticipate that your student is busy on Wednesdays. Thursday and Friday, students also have class 1, 2, 3 on Thursday, 4, 5, 6 on Friday. And we chose this schedule because if we go to a hybrid model, meaning that we have half of our students on campus for half of the time, then we would have one group on campus on Monday and Tuesday, and another group on campus on Wednesday and Thursday. We felt that this made the most sense for childcare considerations. So, right now, we don't have a target date to return to school. We know that it won't be before October 5th. Students are scheduled in cohorts, which means that if we do go to hybrid and students do come on campus, they should be in contact with a limited number of students. And we had to build those cohorts based on electives generally. So there are some exceptions to cohorting. So, for example, classes that have multiple grade levels in them may have two cohorts in them. The scheduling is deeply complex and complicated by the fact that some of our teachers are also teaching in the Virtual Learning Academy. So we continue to work on those schedules. Luckily, I have our teachers are teaching pretty much together so that a student that's moved from one class to another should not be impacted. We will try, of course, to minimize any changes to student scheduling. Let's see what else. We do try to work hard to communicate in as many ways as possible. I know our teachers are using Google Classroom, which is a critical piece of software that you should have your students show to you, because that's where it's really a record of all the work that the students are doing, all of their assignments, details there. That's where they turn papers in, and that's where teachers communicate to both students and parents. So Google Classroom is really important. Also, we communicate by a weekly newsletter that I send out on Sunday nights, usually around 5, sometimes a little later. But that comes out on Sunday night with some general information and a critical piece, which is the important dates coming. So, those dates are important for you to stay involved in the school. We'll come back to that point in a minute. I also communicate with daily announcements. These are placed on the links to these are placed on the students' Google Classrooms in period 1 and 4. I also email them home, and they appear on our Facebook page. So you probably want to look for our Facebook page, San Jose Middle School, and look for our website, sanjose.nusd.org. So again, we really try to communicate because we want to keep you involved and connected. And I've had some conversations with people who say, well, my student isn't with you anymore. My student is at VLA, the Virtual Learning Academy. You do maintain your contact to us. We are still your home school, and we're still trying to build a school here that gets better every single year. So we still need you on the PTA, and we still need you to serve on committees, and we still need you to volunteer because we are working to make a better school for our students. We have an outstanding staff at San Jose Middle School, and we actually have new staff members this year that you may be coming in contact with. Ms. Del Basio is back leading band for us virtually, which she never really expected. We have a new math and social science teacher, Mr. Keyback. We have a new science teacher, Mr. Trombetta, and a new core teacher in 7th grade who's not new to the district. She's been a teacher in the district before, and so she has just hit the ground running. So her name is Ms. Ahern. So she's teaching 7th grade core. And you may remember, I think we announced it earlier, we do have a new special education teacher, Ms. Linda Miller, and she's actually returning to San Jose Middle School as well. So we are very happy with our staff. We are fully staffed. We have plenty of expertise on campus. We're working hard to learn new technologies, and we know you're working hard too, trying to manage this new reality. So, again, we appreciate all of your trust put in us. We're working hard to make sure that your students feel heard and seen, and we are always open to hear what you have to say. So I urge you to go ahead and onto the link for the slideshow, find out what teachers are doing in their classrooms, and find out. Join us in our Zoom call if you have particular questions or comments. I do have some prepared remarks at that time. Again, welcome back to San Jose Middle School. We are so happy to have you here.